I was watching a podcast interview of David Goggins 2 or 3 days ago. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and well, he uh, he wasn't on the podcast 2 or 3 days ago. I was watching it 2 or 3 days ago, and he was talking about full range of motion, and specifically how he had become so tight over the years from exercising that his body just stopped functioning, and he had to start stretching a lot to regain mobility. And over the year, then subsequent to that, he has been doing a lot of stretching, and stretching is helping him regain full full range of motion. And he was talking about how, as a result of that, his running has gotten faster, and it happens without increasing his heart rate. So at the same heart rate that he used to be able to run a 8.5 minute mile, he can now run a 7.5 minute mile for miles on end. Because his range of motion is better, and his strides are longer, and he pumps his arms more, and so he gets more momentum. And that hit me pretty hard in a good way, because it made me realize how my range of motion has been compromised over the years. And I've been getting more and more into stretching and mobility recently to counteract that. And it's as much a mental thing as it is a physical thing, because the reason that range of motion gets smaller, well, is because of pain or discomfort, but it's also because we're afraid to move fully, because we feel pain or discomfort when we move in a particular way. So we alter the way we move to try to avoid that pain. And our world, from a movement perspective, keeps shrinking, because we keep altering the way we move to get away from pain. And so I've been noticing it and counteracting it, but the way that Goggins put it was better worded than anything that I had said to myself. He just said it so clearly, and it really hit me how important it is to focus on full range of motion, to stand up straight, to move our arms and legs when we walk or run. And he was talking about how kids, when you see them run, they use full range of motion. They're not worried about movement. They don't have sore joints. And it would be great to move like a kid again. So just gave an extra jolt to my thinking the last few days. And so this whole process is as much mental as it is physical. So, there's stretching to do, and there's also just allowing myself in my mind to start to move differently, and giving myself permission to have fuller range of motion, and which leads me to notice how tight I am and what my mindset tends to be. It's like when you're cold, you shiver and you kind of bundle up on yourself. It's kind of like that, and it's like undoing that, like going from the cold into the heat, and it allows you to kind of open back up. So I feel like I'm going through that process. I think that's an iterative process. I think it'll take a long time, and looking forward to seeing where it takes me and how much more I can open myself up, and how much of my mobility and agility I can gain back.